All right. Well, it is what it is then. Here we go. Like I said before, this is Feline Forensics and the Meowseum Mystery. And this is the demo for it. So let's go. If he calls himself Sam Spade, it's going to be crazy. The detective. Another long day. Street lamps are already on, and I haven't been in my office yet. I should check my computer. I'm sure I have at least a few emails waiting by now. Although, if it's the commissioner volunteering me for more debriefs, I'll have to put my paw down. Oh, so you got to use the sticks to move around. Okay, wait a minute. So you have a hold on a second. So wait, that is not big enough for you to get. I mean, yeah, cats are a lot floofier than what they are with their bodies, whatever. Like aside from the fur, they're not really all that big, so they can fit into pretty small spaces. But he'd have to take off his jacket and his clothes, and he'd have to walk around in the nude. Like maybe to do it, he might be able to pull it off. Add a device. Tap to set up your slow poke. I don't know what the heck that is. I don't know why that's asking me that. All right. Let's see. This old little box still works. I just need to log in. And, it won't take my password. Something here has my whiskers twitching. This might turn into a regular investigation. I'll start tracking all my leads on this bulletin board in case I need to reference them again. The unknown password. The unknown password. If I changed it, I certainly would have written it down on a note and put it in my desk. For some reason, my computer isn't accepting my password. Did I just forget what it was? Okay. Let's check. Let's see. What should I take a look at? The computer, the desk. It's possible I just wrote the password down and threw it in my desk drawers. Okay, now in the top drawer. Surely it'll be in the bottom drawer. Aha! This must be it. Wait, no. This is just a standard apartment business card. Following procedure requires I enter it into evidence, but unfortunately, this might be more serious than it seems. Business card. A business card I found in the drawers of my office desk. It's a business card printed on quality paper, although age has weathered the once white sheen to yellow. On the card, depicted in black ink, is the department logo and general information such as the office address and phone number. Okay. Is it Philadelphia? 215-555 meow, and the fax is 215-555 per. Oh my gosh. Oof, bro. Amazing. Amazing, brother. Okay. Let's see. What should I take a look at? The phone? I could call the department secretary for help if they hadn't already gone home for the day. Let's see. What should I take a look at? Nothing's changed. Hmm. Is that like, let's see. What should I take a look at? Oh, okay. So, it's got to be somewhere around here. Okay. Yeah, I looked at it already. Uh huh. Bruh, come on. Really? Emergencies only. Extension 1029. Okay. Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. Why didn't I think of to flip the car over, this card over sooner? The extension written here belongs to the department manager. Luckily, I would classify this as an emergency. I should give them a call immediately and let them know what's going on. Okay. Do. Now that I have the apartment manager's extension, I can give them a call about my computer. Good evening, detective. I hope this is important because I'm in the middle of dinner with my family. Hey, man, you ain't supposed to disturb family dinner time, bro. That's a violation. So it better be important. Apologies, but we might have a security issue. My computer password has inexplicably changed. I hate to break this news to you, detective. Inexplicable is, in fact, quite explicable. If I do recall, this is the second time this week you've interrupted my wife's delicious home-cooked meal. I'm sorry? From what I could gather, you want another milk-fueled bender. Through slurred speech, you told me you changed your own password. And this is the part where I'm so embarrassed you told me the password, correct? I would consider it, but you also informed me that you hid it somewhere that only a detective of your caliber will be able to find. So get on with it and ensure that not a single report of this on this matter is out of place tomorrow. And let me reiterate, while you're in your right mind, do not call me again unless it is a real emergency. I think I just forgot my password. This wouldn't be as humiliating. Mm-mm-mm. Either way, not my proudest moment, but I can make up for that, even if I am technically this crime's primary suspect. Retracing my steps, following the proper timeline, and correcting any inconsistencies in the case notes will be paramount. Okay. Do. Anything here, maybe? No? What about it? No? No? Hold on. So, feline forensic, the detective issue. Without the current password, he can unlock the computer in his office or check his email. The detective left his office late last night, and at some point after, the department network was hacked. The next day, the detective attempted to log into his office computer, but found that his password had changed. Okay. How can I dispute this? There's no evidence, testimonies, department managers. I see. That makes sense. The department manager did confirm that nothing was hacked. Embarrassingly, just a bit too much indulgence on my part. That being said, I've only got a rough outline from here, and they won't settle for anything less than perfection. It's time to thoroughly investigate the rest of my office and use my journal to fill in every blank necessary. You've learned almost everything you need to fill the detective's notes, so let's put those sleuthing skills to the test. Did you know you can rotate the camera to look around? I did not know that. Or if you need to get around quicker, use the right trigger or the shift key. Neat. Okay. Official investigator's journal. Unbeknownst to blank. That's good. So unbeknownst to the detective, I got maybe to the manager, the detective changed the password to his computer, and okay. Correct sections look like this. Closed sections look like this. Example. Okay, problem solving. Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to. There's nothing else here. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer, and hid it inside. Huh. Hmm. Unbeknownst to the detective. Furthermore, he forgot the. Let me see. He forgot. I mean, maybe inside a desk. So we're close. Huh. According to the department manager, I've changed my own computer's password and hidden somewhere in my office. Looks like I've got a mystery to solve. Okay. Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see what we can find over here. The cat tower. One might ask themselves, why would any self-respecting feline investigator keep one of these demeaning furniture pieces in their professional office? It was a gift from some old co-workers who thought they were being exceptionally humorous. Hmm. Also, it keeps my claws properly managed. And sometimes it helps me think. Let's see what I can find over here. I have a few of these cabinets to keep track of all my previous cases. Oh, of course, it's not unlocked. Those records are pretty confidential. Wait, I don't lock these. Not since I kept misplacing the key. Uh-oh. I'm certain this is significant. I might have to put my password in here. I might have put my password in here, or at the very least, another clue. Let's see what I can find over. I mean, oh, hold on. Let's see what we got here. Is there something over here to investigate? Uh, see the filing cabinet. These are usually just for keeping contracts, reference documents, and various public policy paperwork. Oops, added public for no reason. Hold on. I can't imagine I would have slid a note with the password on it into this mess of a drawer. Even under a strong influence of dairy, I wouldn't have done something so reckless. Is there something over there to investigate? I mean, the bookshelf? The shelf is absolutely packed with different tomes, journals, studies, and the occasional novelization. If I hid some sort of clue in one of these books, it would take me far longer to find it than it's worth. I wouldn't put it past myself, but I don't have anything to go on yet. I mean, we can go for the trash can. When you need to deal with the truth, you gotta act like an alley cat. Empty milk carton, comically clean fish bones, used yarn ball. Ugh. None of this looks very helpful. Wait a minute. There's a crumpled receipt, and it looks like I've redacted most of it. What? Nothing about that actual purchase remains, and only the store's address is left visible. Where could this lead me? I mean, there's nothing else. Hmm. Wait. What's this? It's my old historic map of historic Philadelphia, but I don't remember all of these thumbtacks in it. They're each holding a thin shred of paper to various addresses in the city. but no one seems more important than another one. That crumpled receipt did have an address on it. So what was it again? I believe 9 South Vita Street, 13th North 2nd Street, 1804 Cattle Hill Street. Oof. That's right around the center city. 1804 Cattle Hill. It sounds familiar. But this one. Wait, no, that's our office address. I should double check my notes again. Oh, I gotta look at the receipt. Hmm? Most of the information on this receipt has been redacted, which is not normal practice for detectives such as myself, and especially not for consumers. The only elements left visible are an address of 13 North 2nd Street, presumably for the store, and a string of numbers, presumably to identify the item internally. Hmm. Hmm. So the detective is the correct one. Hmm. Hmm. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and hid it inside and that's where inside it will be an office. Let me see. Furthermore, we got the his password to the computer inside that the okay, so I gotta keep looking through it. I don't recall what's around here, but the slip of paper does have a phone number written on it. Looks like it's time to make another call. Let's see. All right, we go to the phone. Let's give the number I found on the map a call. Hopefully, they're still open and they can make sense of this receipt. Evening. Evening? Book Gator on second. What can I do for you? Of course, the local bookstore. How could I forget? Sir, did you need help with something? Hello, yes, sorry. I do, actually. This might be an odd question, but I have a receipt, and I'm not sure what it was that I purchased. I've been expecting your call, detective. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I knew your idiotic self was going to be calling up here. I knew you were calling, idiot. There you go. Of course you were. Can't explain why? You stumbled in, disgruntled after an argument with this devious plan. I didn't ask questions, but you warned me this call was likely. Oh, dear. Now, about that book. Please tell me it's not something terribly inappropriate. Ha! Not quite, no. The book's title is On the Historical Development of Cat Burglary. Okay, thank you. That'll be all. Sure, you don't need anything else, detective? No, 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 not really. It's okay. Thank you. He bung on him. Ugh. As if it wasn't embarrassing enough as it is. So he bung on him. Okay. Hmm. The clerk said the book in question had something to do with cat burglary. So where is it? Dignity and Domestication by the Great Dane Austen. Les Miserables by Herman Hugo. Call of the Wild by Jack London, which is actually the name of the book. Okay, more novels than I thought. But hey, these are the classics. Oh, here's the book I'm looking for. The question is, why would I have purchased this book specifically? Is there something over here to investigate? I mean, huh. So, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. It's possible I hid the password within the potting soil of this plant, maybe under it. However, until I have a compelling reason to believe that, I'm not willing to make a mess of the hardwood floor. What about under it? Okay. Handwritten, okay. Thumbtack and city handwritten. That was a phone number. The supposed reason I found about that, most of the information is clue. That additional clue was a slip of paper among several thumbtacked to the city. Okay, we saw that. Oh, there's the book right here. Its title is On the Historical Development of Cat Burglary. It's a dissertation I apparently purchased from the local bookstore and then stashed within the various other tomes on my office bookshelf. The subject matter seems fairly heavy. Deriving any clues from it may be a challenge. Was that why I chose it in the strange pursuit to out detective myself? I mean, he wrote on it. No, I guess that's just the title of it. Interesting title though. The historical development of cat burglary, a study of the impact of on the impact of declawing as an early cultural normality and societal repercussions thereof and henceforth. Hmm. So let's turn it over. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't. Don't what? Uh huh. So it was written on it. It says don't. That's about it. Interesting. Okay, the password. It's likely I locked my password in the filing cabinet, but where did I hide the key? I found the book I apparently purchased. Even a store clerk seemed to be hiding something about it. While I could dig through my office plants pot, the lack of displaced dirt means I probably didn't had any clues in there. I mean, you could have hid it underneath there, bro. Hmm. What else? Unbeknownst to the detective, the change the what password? The plant changed the password. Oof, that'd be crazy. All right button. What is this asking me to do here? I found okay written on it. Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything else here. So what is it asking me to do? It's a handwritten number. We did that. Hmm. You can't just move the doggone thing. Okay. Without the current password, he can't unlock it. The detective left his office late last night and shortly after found himself at the milk bar downtown, imbibing on the finest dairy a cat PI could buy. The detective got into an intellectual argument with another patron and vowed to prove he was, confusingly, a detective so spectacular he could out-sleuth himself. Okay. After returning to the office, the detective changed his computer's login information before it was lost to memory of a lactose stupor. Having successfully laid his plot and proud of his mastermind scheme, the detective called the department manager before retiring for the evening. The next day, the detective attempted to login change. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. So what else? I don't really see anything else. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Inspection performed. Why can I not? All I see is the word don't. Don't in a either an inchworm or a tail. Looks like a tail to me. You can't open it. Don't open. Wait, what? Ah, great job, detective. Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. I bought a hollow trick book. No wonder the bookstore clerk was holding back a laugh. With my cabinet key hidden inside, no less. I think we're nearing the end of this case. Good thing the trains will still be running for a little longer. Although I'd hardly ever used it, it's become the centerpiece of this ridiculous scavenger hunt of a case. The real mystery is how I accomplished setting all this up under the influence of the milk bar's finest, including hiding it inside a hollow book. Hey man, look, I've heard people say like I drive better when I'm drunk. I'm like, do you really? I mean, so people say they drive better when they're drunk. So apparently they are able to. Some guys are able to out sleuth themselves when they're drunk. I guess. And hid it inside. Okay. Unbeknownst to the detective, the changed the password to his computer and hid it inside a book. Okay. Aha! I found the cabinet key inside a hollow book. Now to crack open this filing cabinet. Okay, so now the detective left his office late last night and shortly after found himself at the milk bar downtown, imbibing on the finest dairy a cafe I could buy. The detective got into an intellectual argument with another patron and vowed to prove he was, confusingly, a detective so spectacular he could outsleuth himself. Having developed a devious plan to overcome his own expertise, the detective went to a local bookstore and purchased a hollow book. After returning to the office, the detective changed his computer's login information before it was lost to the memory of a lactose stupor prior to placing the book on his office shelf. The detective stashed the cabinet key within the book's secret compartment. Having successfully laid his plot and proud of his mastermind scheme, the detective called the department manager before finally retiring for the evening. The next day, the detective attempted to log into his office computer but found that the password had been changed. Hmm. Okay, so let's look in the file cabinet. Got the key now. Let's get this locked cabinet opened and see what we find. There's a note right on the top. A great change of pace. Or maybe I was just getting lazy. It doesn't seem to be any cipher or code either. This just looks like a normal password. I should try it and then make sure all my notes are in order. I wouldn't want to attract any more ire from the department manager that I already have. Let's see. Uh-oh. The computer. I've got the password, supposedly. Now, for the moment of truth. Is it possible this has been a red herring all along? Oh, it works. I'm logged in, and I have exactly 0 emails that require my attention. Well, that's a relief, of course. But the department manager will have my fur if I don't get the rest of these case notes in order before I go home. Okay. In the pursuit of proving I could out detective myself, I changed my office computer's password and hid this reminder behind a series of puzzles and hidden clues. Whether a locked cabinet, a hollow book, a cryptic map of addresses, or embarrassing phone calls, it didn't stay secret for very long. The password is written in newspaper and magazine scraps and reads as the cat's meow. Interesting. Hold on. Okay, unbeknownst to the detective, changed the password to his computer and hid it inside of hid it inside okay, wait a minute. Locations, detectives. Change the password to his computer. Mm-hmm. And hid it inside a hacked it, forgot. Wait a minute. Let's read that again. Okay. Furthermore, he hid the password to the computer inside book that the detective recently purchased. Furthermore, he hid the password to the computer inside a book that he recently purchased. No, he didn't have it inside a desk. He hid it inside a file cabinet. But you don't have that there. You have a plant, computer, a key. Wait a minute. I hid it away in the cabinet. A Holly book that I didn't know I even purchased. Further obscuring my paper trail, I redacted the receipts details, and threw it in the trash. Note to self, after I solved the case, I really need to double check how expensive that book was and return it if I can. Now that I have everything straight, I should make sure my records reflect that, especially if the department manager demands accountability. After returning to the office, the detective changed his computer's login information before it was lost to the memory of okay. So, any more words here that need to be okay? Wait a minute. Okay, so yeah. So I think I have everything. Let's see. We got something here. All right. So now let's look at it here. Unbeknownst to the change the password to his computer. It was inside, the key was inside the book and hid it inside. It was, what is it, a file cabinet, right? And locked it in a desk? No. Password. Change the password to the computer. And because the password was inside the cabinet. That doesn't make any sense. Locked it in a book. Hid it in a secretary. Hid it in a desk? No, that's not it. Hmm. I feel like I'm missing like a word that actually makes sense. Did another word get added? No, another word didn't get added. Furthermore, he locked the password because the key, the password wasn't in the book; it was in the cabinet. He changed the password to a computer and and hacked it inside. No, okay. Let me look. Maybe I'm missing something here. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so I can't turn it around. So now maybe it'll. Nope. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and locked it inside. I guess we can just put locked it inside. Let's say maybe he hid the key. He hid the key to the cabinet inside a book. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and forgot it inside a. What's it? Z. Why? It seems like something is missing. Changed the password to the computer and locked it. And it still would have been a cabinet, but the word cabinet isn't here. Furthermore, he hid the password to the computer inside a book that the detective recently purchased. That seems to be the most reasonable one out of all the stuff that's there. Am I missing something? Yeah, it says it right there. So he locked it inside one of his filing cabinets. I even hid away the key to that cabinet in a hollow book that I recently purchased. I changed the password. I mean, I think, unfortunately, the password have to change the password to his computer and Hmm. I mean, I don't know. I think I might be missing something, like an extra word or something like that. Because it says it like right here. I changed my own password and locked the reminder note inside of one of my office's filing cabinets. I hid away the key to that cabinet in a hollow book I didn't know I even purchased. So I mean, I okay. What we got here? We got a new word or something? No, we don't. Mm. Okay, so let's look at this again. Unbeknownst to the detective, unbeknownst. So let's look. We don't have the word cabinet here. We got commissioner, detective, manager, secretary. So he hid it from himself. He changed his password and hid it, and he locked it inside of a cabinet. Then hid the key to the cabinet inside a book that he recently purchased. I'm saying that right, yes? Detective, detective changed the password to his computer. I'm assuming inside a desk, he hid hid the key to the desk inside a book that the detective recently purchased. Dang it. That should be it, right? Inside a book. So that should be it, yes? Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and locked it inside a. It should have been a cabinet, but for some reason they're just not doing it. Further, he hid the key to the desk inside a book that the detective recently purchased. I don't see anything else here, no other object. Filing cabinet would have been great. Why will it not actually let me just put in the word filing cabinet? Filing cabinet would be the word to complete it. That's what it was. That's how you unlock the doggone word. Okay. Now I can do it. Okay. Furthermore, he hid the key to the cabinet. There we go. I figured, well, how did I not getting the word? Aha. I knew it was onto something. Well, a fantastic treat. A night out at the milk bar might cause me more trouble than it's worth. Oh, why? The phone's ringing. Could it be the manager already? Hello, Feline Forensic Private Detective. I'm glad to hear you're burning the midnight oil. Commissioner, what the world of pleasure. Business, not pleasure. There's been an incident. Private property. They asked for you. I'm sending a cruiser. The officer will fill you in on the way. The case seems pretty involved, but it's still within my jurisdiction. You will go by the book, detective. I'm sure you're aware that if you don't, your license will be on the line. Again, sheesh, what a ray of sunshine the commissioner is these days. Uh, it's going to be an even later night than I thought. Thank you for playing the demo. I hope you enjoyed your first experience as the top-notch tabby detective of feline forensics. You've learned how to use each of the detective's tools and solve your first case. However, there's another mystery yet to be unraveled. One that will challenge even your purring private eye. It would be the catch me out if you wish list the game and return for the full release. Thanks, Nobody Crown. And I guess that is it. Well, hey, I liked it. I know I'm probably missing something obvious, but I'm glad I was able to to think about it for a little bit. I should have noticed that when I read circle, I could have actually clicked on it and opened it up, but I didn't. But I did finally get it. So at least give me that, right? So I want to thank you guys for watching this one. I liked it. Hey, look, I like the little cat puns in there a little bit, the little cat toys and everything else with it, the music, the mood of it. I'm pretty sure that the full game is going to be having the same kind of flavor and flair to it. And I personally don't see no problem with it. I like it. It's definitely going to make you pay attention and think. I think this is the second game that I've played like this. The first time that I played the game like this was from last week. It was the Seance of Blake Manor, which I really enjoyed that as well too. So I'm liking this new spate of these kind of I guess detective focus type of games where you're paying attention, you're gathering clues, you're looking at stuff, you're flipping over evidence, and you're examining things, and you really got to pay attention. And sometimes you got to go back 2, 3, 4 different times before you finally get the answer. But I do like the simple fact that they're doing it, and if you have patience, you can get to it. And when you do get it, you get this sense of accomplishment. So yeah, I think this is a really great game. I think people who are into games like this will definitely like this as well. So again, this was Feline Forensics. This was the demo for it. If you did enjoy me fumbling my way and stumbling my way through this, make sure if you're watching this on X, on Twitch, on Kick, and on Rumble, make sure that you follow me on there. There's more games that I want to play for you guys and show out to you guys. So please help me to grow so I can reach more people. If you're watching the recorded version of this on either on Rumble, make sure you follow me on there. Also subscribe. Again, your subscription does help me out. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumb, subscribe, ring the bell, ring it again. Make sure you get all the notifications so the algorithm can bless your boy. My channel can continue to grow. And on that note, I'm going to take a break, and then I will see you guys for the next game.